And joining us now from our Durban studios, and he's literally sitting next door to the finish line of this year's Comrades Marathon, former Comrades champion Nick Bester. Nick, a very good evening to you, and thank you for joining us on Prime Sports tonight.
Thank you very much, and good evening.
Nick, you were previous Comrades champion, and I was taking a look at your profile earlier, and I see your love and passion for all these endurance events that you've done throughout your life. What made you start the Comrades Marathon?
Well, I started to run. I was actually a rugby player, and I started to do running to get a little bit fitter for rugby, and then I discovered that I'm actually not a rugby player, I'm a runner, and I entered the Comrades Marathon in 1984. I ran my first race, and since then I ran continuously till 2004 when I kind of retired from running the race.
Take us back to your glory days of running the Comrades. What are some of the highlights and some of the moments that really were testing for you as a runner?
Yeah, I think the Comrades definitely is the ultra marathon race in the world that can be regarded as the ultra marathon championships in the world. You know, the 100 kilometer, although there is a world championship, is a very small field. It's not a competitive field like this Comrades Marathon. And then I can just tell you the highs and the lows is always not like you plan it. You plan to run a brilliant and a good Comrades, and then you wake up the next morning and you have a terrible run. So the Comrades route is very testing, it's very hard, especially the up run is very, very tough, but the down run is very, very tough and a lot of pain. So I think the down run is definitely much harder to win than the up run. Not taking anything away from the guys who are running the up run, but a down run, definitely you need a runner that think all the way in the road. And in my glory days, although I won the down run, I prefer to run an up run. I've got 2 second places on the up run, and I prefer to three second places on the up run. Although I didn't want the up run, it's much easier to run the up run.
Of course, Nick, with races like this, I mean, the preparation that goes into it is very strict and very testing in itself, just preparing yourself physically and mentally to run the Comrades. And now it's always devastating when a runner suffers an injury. Now, such a runner is Eleanor Greenwood, who's actually the 2014 defending her down run title. How devastating is it to a runner come a day or two before the race and you have to suddenly pull out due to injury?
Yeah, it's very bad, and I spoke to Ellie, you know, she's very, very, very sad about this, but it's unpredictable, and especially what the runners do is, as soon as you win the race or you do well in the race, you think to do better next year, you have to train more. And that is a big mistake you can do, especially on the down run. The down run is unforgiving. If you're a little bit overtrained, you can't, you feel it at the end of the race. Where the up run, if you're a little bit overtrained, you can still survive it, but on a down run, you've got a hammering on your legs. So Ellie can't start, you know, although she ran with me this morning a 5 kilometer, she was hobbling along, and if she started the race, halfway she will not be able to finish the race, and we thought it's better that she withdrew from the race. And it's bad, but I think there's a lot of ladies that can be competitive for Caroline. Caroline is a favorite. If she had, you know, don't experience any problems in the race, I think she's definitely going to win the race. But there is Kasia Berg from Sweden. She was second in the World 100 kilometer championships with a marathon time of 2:43. We've got Sarah Bart, a marathon 2:44. We've got a host of other athletes that can run well on the day. So I don't think it will be all Caroline's way. We have to wait and see on Sunday what's going to happen in our ladies' race.
Well, all eyes will certainly be on Caroline because she achieved the unthinkable last year. But on the men's side, what are some of the other names rather that we should be looking out for? Of course, Giv Kalehe, who was last year's winner. Do you think he can pull the same result again this year?
Yeah, it's possible, but I think Giv's got a lot more competition than Caroline got in the ladies' race. Giv's got, you know, the previous winners, Claude Mishiwa to contend with, Ludwig Mamabola to contend with, Bongomusa Mutemba, the previous down run specialist, and all these other athletes are down specialists. And that is the South Africans. And then there is newcomers coming, you know, from Matandasa Quina from KZN. We've got the international guy, Jonat Beat, who came second in Comrades as well, and he came 4th and 7th. He prepared specific to winning the Comrades this year. A host of other international athletes and South Africans, Zimbabweans, Mike Fokoroni, who won the 2 Oceans this year. He came 18 Comrades before. His specific told me that he planned to win the Comrades Marathon. I think the men's race will be very interesting to watch this year. And there's more Zimbabweans and the Ethiopians. Although the previous last year's up second place in the Comrades Marathon, Mohammed Hussein is also injured, but there's less injuries in the men's race this year than normal, and all of them are ready. And you could hear today at the press conference they were ready to go, and I would love to see the men's race on Sunday.
Now, Nick, you are busy managing your own team of runners. What sort of tips do you share with them as far as your experience goes?
The tips for the top guys is, don't do anything new. Stick to your race plan. Don't do what Gert Thys is doing and think you're going to run the Comrades Marathon in sub 5 hours. I was listening to Kewen, the manager of the Maxed Mr. Price team today, and he said that Gert Thys is speaking again about the sub 5 hour marathon. The Comrades and the record is not going to be broken this year. 5:21, 5:24, it's not going to be happen this year in Comrades Marathon. I think the winning time, aim for a 5:28, 5:27, maybe if it's a cool day like they predicted. 5:30 can still win the race. Run your own planned race. Forget about the guys that are going out. Run your own race. Don't try and run in a pack and feel uncomfortable. At the end of the day, the last 20 kilometers, especially on the down run, you can make a lot of time up and you can catch the leaders.
Oh, thank you so much, Nick Bester, coming to us all the way from our Durban studios, just talking to us about the Comrades Marathon that is due to take place on Sunday. Now, last year we saw 2 South African winners walking away with the big prize, but this year something interesting has been added onto the plate. Minister of Sports Fikile Mbalula says he will be donating 100,000 rand if the winners happen to be South African yet again.